Welcome to this week's Express class. What we're going to do is, last week we focused a lot on the glutes. This week we're going to switch back and focus a lot on the abs. So we're going to do a lot of our teaser progressions that we've been working on for the last few weeks. We're going to incorporate them back in and we're going to challenge them even more. Really try to fatigue the abs and build up some more endurance in them. So we're going to start in our stomach. We're going to stretch out the back to get started. So we're going to lie flat down on our mat. Hands by the shoulders. Arch in the back. Lift the chest up. Keep the shoulder blades down and tuck the elbows in. And then lower back down. Good. And lift the chest up again. And then lower back down. And lift again. You're looking to keep the pelvis on the mat as much as you can now. Getting as much of an arch coming from the low back. And what we're doing is squeezing the back of the discs, pushing all the little soft kind of centre of the disc back in towards the middle, making sure you're not wanting to bulge back. And then rest back down. And one last one. Keep the shoulder blades down, keep the elbows pointed down to the mat. Chin is tucked in. Good. And then rest back down onto the mat. We'll turn over onto our backs. As I said, we're going to focus pretty much on the abs today. We'll do a little bit of stretching at the end, but we're going to really work the abs a lot. So imprint the spine. We get a few activation exercises to start. Keeping the back flat down on the mat. And nice soft toe taps. Keep squeezing the back down, rib cages down, and smooth breaths in and out. Remember, you can tap the feet further and further and further away. But focus on the imprint, shoulders relaxed, and chin tucked in. Good. Two legs together, tap the feet, and back up. And tap, and lift. And tap, and lift, and tap, and lift. Two more. Last one. And then bring the legs down onto the mat. First set, we're going to do a set of hundreds. So hands by the side, imprint the spine, breathing all the way out, bring the rib cage down, so the transverse abs here get to contract. Legs come into tabletop. Chin to the chest, head and shoulders up and beat the hands. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. 2, 4, 5 and in. 2, 4, 5 and out. 2, 4, 5 and in. 2, 5 and out. 2, 3, 4, 5 in. 2, 4, 5 out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Head and shoulders up nice and high. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 4, 5 out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 more breaths. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more breaths in. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more breaths. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last breath in. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest the head down. And bring the feet down onto the mat. We're going to straighten the legs out onto the mat next. We're going to bring the hands back behind the head. Arms forward, chin to the chest. And roll up into sitting. Up nice and tall, chest forward at the end, and control back down. We're going to do 5 reaching forward, and then we're going to do 5 reaching up, and then we're going to try 5 with the hands to the side of the head. 3, 4, 5, good. Shoulders are back as you roll back down onto the mat. Control on the way down. And then reaching up for the next 5. 1. Control on the way down. 2. And control coming down. 3. And back down. 4. Down. Last one. Reaching up, 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 up. Shoulders away from the ears. And control down onto the mat. And then rest down for a second. Next one, we're going to have the hands to the side of the head. So we're going to have the fingertips just above the ears. We're going to keep the elbows out to the side. Chin to the chest. And roll up into sitting. Good. Try not to let the arms come forward. And back down. 2. And down. Try to relax the shoulders. 3. and down. 4. And control, and the last one. Try to keep the elbows out to the side. Keep the feet on the mat. And then rest back down. And relax. Bend the knees for the next one. Have a little rest for a second. Next set we're going to do, we're going to straighten the legs to the ceiling, and we're going to run through a set of hundreds again. We're going to bring the feet back down, and then after that we're going to come through our teaser progression. So we're going to go from the prep all the way up to teaser 3. I might throw a few extra additions in there as well. Imprint the spine again, hands by the side, bring the legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, chin to the chest, head and shoulders up and beat the hands. 2, 4, 5, breathe out, 2, 4, 5 and in, 2, 4, 5 and out, 2, 4, 5 and in, 2, 4, 5 and out, 2, 4, 5 in, 2, 4, 5 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 out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 more breaths, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe in, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, last breath in, keep the chest up, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, bend the knees, rest the head, and bring the feet down onto the mat. So the next one is our teaser prep. We're going to come up into boat pose. So we imprint the spine, bring the legs to tabletop, hands behind the head, arms forward, chin to the chest, roll up onto the back of the hips, and then controlled down onto the mat. 1, 2, 3, straighten the spine to the top. 4, arms are parallel to the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one last one, 10, and down onto the mat, and bring the feet down. Have a little rest for a second, and we're going to come into our teaser 1 then from here. So we're going to straighten the legs, roll back up into boat pose with the legs straight. Imprint the spine, bring the legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling. So we're into teaser 1, hands back behind the head, arms forward, chin to the chest, up onto the back of the hips, and then lower back down. 1, chest forward at the top, and back down. 2, 3, 4, straighten the spine to the top, it's really important. 5, pushing those ribs forward. 6, arms are parallel to the floor, legs are as straight as you can keep them while keeping the hips at 90 degrees. 3 more. Good, keep the shoulders together. 2, ribs forward, back down. Last one, and then down, control onto the mat, bend the knees, and bring the feet down. Next we're going to come into teaser 2. We hold ourselves in boat pose with the legs extended, and we lift and lower our legs, trying to keep our upper body as still as we can, and then the development is the upper and lower body will work together. Imprint the spine, bring the rib cage down, legs back to tabletop, hands back behind the head, straighten the legs to the ceiling, back up, lower the heels, and lift. 1, 2, keep pushing the ribs forward. 3, we don't want the upper body flexing, extending. 4, as we lift and lower the legs. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs straight, rolling back down, bend the knees, and bring the feet down. Next, into teaser 3, we're going to straighten the legs down onto the mat, bring the hands back behind the head. We're going to go for 5 of these. We lift the legs and we lift the upper body at the same time, and then we lower both of them at the same time. So, arms forward, rolling up into boat pose and lifting the legs. Straighten the spine at the top and lower down. 1, 2. Control on the way down. 3. Good. 2 more. Arms forward. Rolling up, lifting the legs. 4. And last one. 5. And lower, back down. Controlled. Perfect. Bend the knees. Bring the hands back by the side. We're into the last 5 minutes now. We're going to focus a little bit on the lower abs here. We're going to come up into boat pose, progress some of them on from there, and then we're going to stretch out the hips at the end. Imprint the spine, bring the legs to tabletop, chin to the chest, head and shoulders up, right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee, straighten the left leg, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Legs to tabletop. Rest the head down and rest the feet down. Next one's 2 hands to the side of the head. We bend and extend the knees as we bring the elbows in towards the knees. So imprint again. 2 hands to the side of the head. Legs to tabletop. Chin to the chest. Head and shoulders up. Elbows into the knees. Straighten the legs, elbows hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees, rest the head, and bring the feet down onto the mat. Next, we're going to straighten the legs to the ceiling and lift and lower the legs. So, imprint the spine, rib cage comes down, bring the legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, lower the heels, and lift. Focus on the imprint. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Bend the knees and bring the feet down. Last one for the abs before we stretch the hips. We're going to roll back into boat pose. We're going to extend the legs onto a boat pose and little flutter kicks up and down. So hands back behind the head, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, keep the knees bent, roll up into boat pose onto the back of the hips, straighten the spine, straighten the 2 legs, little flutter kicks. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees, roll back down, and bring the feet down onto the mat. We'll start by stretching out the hamstrings. 2 hands to the back of the right thigh. Straighten the left leg to the ceiling. And focus on extending that leg, keeping the knee directly over the hip. So the longer your hamstrings are, the easier all these exercises become. So if we can work on their flexibility, it'll make things a lot easier. And we can make the exercise a lot harder and challenge you even more. Make it all look more impressive. Good. And then switch legs. Straighten the left leg to the ceiling. Lock that left knee out as close as you can to it. Keep the knee directly over the hip. If you can straighten the leg fully, if your hamstrings are a little looser than mine, while the knee is over the hip, then you can start to pull the thigh towards the chest, making sure you still keep that knee extended the whole time. You don't want to let it bend. Good. Bend the left knee, left foot onto the mat, left hand over the right, outside the right knee, and bring the right leg across the body. So stretch out the glutes, the facet joints, the lats, and the pecs on the right side. And relax the leg as much as you can. As you breathe out, let that knee sink closer to the mat. And then back to the start position. Switch legs, left hand out to the side. Right hand guides the left knee across the body. And keep that left hand down onto the mat as close as you can to it. Make sure you stretch out that left pec. Good. and then come back to the middle. We'll finish with that for today's class. I hope you enjoyed it. We worked a lot more on the abs today, basically exclusively on the abs for that class. A little bit of stretching at the end, but a tough workout. See you next week. Bye bye.